The sexiest seductive fragrances for men is what I have picked from my collection for you in this video. I did have a little bit of help from my wife though, as it did seem just a tad awkward for me to pick the sexiest seductive fragrances for men. Strangely, my wife did not have an issue with this at all. Of course, it is understood that all this is subjective. Not everyone will agree with these choices. I am, however, interested in what you feel is a seductive fragrance in your personal opinion. Perhaps all of us together can create the ultimate seductive fragrance list. I thought we would start with some fragrances you can wear to go out in. All of them have the power to cut through the crowd and get you noticed in a good way. First one is going to be Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. The whole line is fabulous. At this point, one of them should be a staple in your collection. Now, I won't spend too much time trying to dissect them here for you, but here is a quick choice for the Le Males for me. The latest one, Elixir, with mint, honey, vanilla, and tobacco, is a good blend of all the Le Males soldered together. It is the latest one and is a really good choice. If you want something that's a little bit fresher, then you could go with the Ultra Male, has a little bit of a fruity touch. Or you could go with something that is a bit more mature, and it is going to be the Le Parfum, which is a little bit of spicier iris nuance, this one right here. One thing is for sure, that the Le Male line is one of the sexiest, most seductive scent profiles ever created. I also have one that smells like the after party with all the smells of a fantastic time still hanging in the air, and it is from Arsazi and is called Shura. This one is a powerful, soft, and sexy fragrance with some leather, some woods, and some florals veiled in a lot of musk. This is a powerhouse fragrance where less is more. And usually this Shura right here is available at a really good price. It's a fantastic scent, and it smells like the after party that you go to with all the scents of the party, the original party, still lingering in the air. It's a fantastic scent for a good price. My next one is going to be a perfect fragrance to snuggle with. It is going to be Dior's Fahrenheit Le Parfum. In this creation, the leather turns to suede, rum, and vanilla. Beautiful fragrance. Slight touches of spice for added comfort, and a hue of violet for the perfect sort of romantic evening to remember. It's a gorgeous fragrance and it is super sexy. If you want to turn up the tobacco a little bit and the sweet vanilla, then you could go with something like Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Also a fantastic fragrance for a chilly evening for two. Warm, spicy cacao, some dried fruit for a night out on the town. It's a beautiful fragrance, a little bit more on the expensive side, but well worth it. Another one that came to mind is the newish one from Givenchy Gentleman, and it is called Reserve Privé. I think that one launched in 2022, and it has a heartwarming chestnut note. Reserve Privé sort of seduces us with the beautiful iris and a touch of whiskey. The whiskey note in here could be stronger, but it really doesn't matter. It is still one of the best ones from the Gentleman line, even though it was just released in 2022. Fabulously done, and it's really made its way up to one of my favorites from this line. The next three all are going to have the note of iris as a main player. Of course, we gotta have, the leader of the group. It's going to be Dior Homme Intense from 2011. This is a lipsticky iris, absolutely gorgeous. It has some pear with a little musk from the ambrette. It is a beautiful fragrance for a snuggle, absolutely gorgeous. Performs well in the cold. It's a great one you can wear just about anywhere when it's a little cooler outside. An alternative to this one, you could go with a Valentino Uomo, and it's the Intense, which is very similar, although it's not going to be quite as lipsticky as the Dior, but very similar. A more recent choice that you could also go with is going to be Narciso Rodriguez, and it is Blue Noir from 2022. It's a really beautiful fragrance as well. All three of these are going to have the main note of iris and vary just slightly in the scent profile. You can't go wrong with any of these. It doesn't matter whether you go with the Narciso Rodriguez or whether you go with the Valentino Uomo or whether you go the Intense or whether you go with the Dior Homme Intense from 2011. All of these are going to be perfect for a cozy night. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fragrance content. Remember, our fragrance journey begins with but one single scent. Sexy and seductive scents don't have to be sweet and heavy. Many people like fresh fragrances, as in the Bleu de Chanel's. All are nice, with the Eau de Parfum being my personal favorite. I like this one the best out of the three. Sometimes I mix all three, but it's a wonderful, great scent. Another fresh one that is very seductive is by M. Micallef, and it is called Dessert Toxic. Dessert Toxic has a bright citrus opening and some spice like cinnamon and cardamom. It does have a somewhat green, minty black currant note. It's unusual and alluring at the same time. But it's a really beautiful scent, and many people find this one extremely attractive, including my wife. I quite like Initio's Side Effect. It's a beautiful vanilla rum tobacco with some spices. It is more of a symphony of notes that create sort of a beautiful experience for your olfactory receptors. A fragrance doesn't have to have a lot of notes in order to be very seductive. One of my favorite fragrances from the same house, Initio, is Musk Therapy. This one is linear and I mostly get musk. There's a little bit of magnolia and a slight nuance of orange in this one, but I personally find Musk Therapy to be extremely seductive, at least to my nose. Beautiful scent from Initio that I find very, very sexy. Like we mentioned earlier, this is a highly subjective matter. What moves one person may repulse another. Take the note of oud, for instance. It's a very dividing fragrance note, indeed, right? I did not include an oud fragrance in this list, but I will mention one just really quickly for you guys out there who like a little bit of funk. And my favorite one right now that I like to wear a lot, especially in this climate, actually I wear this one all year long, is going to be Haultain from Parfums de Marly. It is one of my favorite ouds to wear right now. Absolutely gorgeous. The next ones, however, are going to be a sure bet, and most of you will find these very, very sexy. It is going to be Guerlain's L'Homme Idéal Extreme. It is a seductive beauty. This one right here, absolutely gorgeous. You have some fresh bergamot with a little bit of almond, some familiar plum, tobacco, leather, and a dash of cinnamon. This one is one of the best ones from the Ideal line. It is super sexy. Let's give it a spray too. Fabulous fragrance from the Ideal line. Some like it spicy, and that's what I have next. Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb Extreme, released in 2015. This is spicy goodness, and it doesn't look like it's losing any steam or any speed at all. It is a warm vanilla spice like cinnamon and slightly animalic curcumin, smoked in tobacco and splashed with a dash of whiskey. And now to all of that, add sort of a delicate veil of saffron to mute it all just enough to make this one a stellar, seductive fragrance. Absolutely fabulous. This one is super sexy and still loved by so many, even though it's like 9 years ago since it was released. I have had times in the past where I just wanted to wear this one day in and day out. If you have a fragrance that you have wanted to wear all the time, I know, such a crazy feeling, truly. Let me know which ones those are. You know, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear. But truly, there's been days where I just wanted to wear this one every day. It's that good. One of the first ones my wife ever bought me was Armani Code Profumo. This one right here. And yes, it was released in 2016, and I remember it like it was yesterday. She walked up to me and she said, "I bought you a fragrance and I really like this one a lot. It is good." And yes, Armani Code Profumo is sweet, warm, cozy, and it performs extremely well. What's not to like?